So with all the options that we have out there, why would you bother with the M9A3? Why would you buy it? So that's what I'm hoping to answer today, and I covered a little bit of this in my last video, but I'm going to go ahead and recap on it. So the first thing that I want to mention is that the M9 is damn near legendary around the world for being one of the more reliable pistols, one of the more durable pistols under military use. I know there's been some problems with it, but it's all maintenance related for the most part, and third, fourth, second party vendor or whatever parts being added that weren't made to Beretta specs. And just because they fit in the pistol, they didn't really care. So as long as it was made of some sort of metal material, they didn't really care. That was problems with the magazine, the locking blocks, springs, you name it. As long as it came in at a whatever size, shape, poundage, whatever they needed, it was fine to use as spare parts. And that is a huge failure. Without good maintenance, you're not going to get very good performance long term. So with any pistol that you choose for military service, you're going to see failures because the military is incompetent when it comes to proper maintenance. So anyways, that's where you get the legendary failures for the pistols. So not that they're used that much, but when they are, they're not treated very well because it's not treated as well as the rifles, which is a primary arm. So people don't really give a crap what they do to the pistols. So with all that said, the M9, with its good reliability and stuff like that, what it's known for, being good reliability, even with like first-gen locking blocks, the first set of springs like trigger return springs, mainspring, hammer springs, if you will, and just all the other springs, it had really good reliability and durability. So with this pistol, all the updates that Beretta has ever put in their pistols has been put into this pistol, save for a couple things like the 92A1, 96A1 actually have that blue buffer, like I think it's an aluminum buffer that's made into the frame, and it's right where it's actually what the slide will impact on rather than the frame itself. Now with this, it's kind of like the M9A1 where they just beefed up the frame in general. But I think that it would have been a wise choice for the military to go with this rather than something like the 320 that has been giving the military a lot of problems. Now, this pistol is made in Italy because I guess either Beretta USA isn't manufacturing them, doesn't intend to manufacture them. They may intend to in the future, but they haven't gotten around to it. So pretty much all of them are going to be made in Italy, which is not a problem, but you're not going to see a couple things that you would see if this was actually made in the military. Like if the military was to be issued this, the commercial models wouldn't really have it unless it was a commemorative version, but you'd have the PM marked on almost all the components, proof tested and mag particle inspected. So, of course, there's going to be some little things that would be a little bit different, but in general, you're getting all the updates that have given the Beretta really good performance, especially with all the upgrades. Now, recent Berettas like the 92FS, the basic models, have performed very well. But this pistol takes all those upgrades, puts it into this pistol, as I said. So, there's unique features that you're not going to find on any Beretta. So, you're really cornered if you want these upgrades. So, first things first, the grip. This is one of the most important things that a lot of people criticize the Berettas for, is the grip. Now, the grip, you could find this kind of grip on the Vertec Berettas, and you can get the slides like the 92A1 slide where it actually, or even the M9A1 I believe, where it has a removable front sight and you can get night sights on it. But if you're going to find night sights on a Beretta, typically it's a law enforcement model and they actually had to drill in the tritium dot, so you're stuck with that one set of tritium sights. Once that goes out, I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty hard to get that tritium vial out, from what I understand, without basically being done and having to add metal or finding a way to work around it. But anyways, the thing with the Vertec grip, you're going to be dealing with a pistol that doesn't have a rail if you were to go that route. If you don't care about a rail, then that's fine. But also, I personally hate the color. I got this when the only option was FDE, and then a couple months after I got it, Beretta released their black model, which is like $100 less. And I like the black. I like to see my wear. However, the Cerakote actually seems to prevent a lot of wear and keep it nicer if that's a thing to you. It's a little more durable. It doesn't really chip up too much, and the Cerakote on this is really good quality. I've dropped this pistol a good amount of times, and I actually was slamming it against an ammo can, just tapping it against it, trying to take the Cerakote off, and you can see there that there's not much taken away, so you don't lose that much. Now, when you use the pistol, you'll see that where it's like it's got the Brunetin finish and the Cerakote over it, so the fitting is really nice, so you're not going to get any wiggle out of it. And this model did not cost any more, but this is the decocker only model. This is the G model. You can get the decocker, the standard safety, and get the decocker afterwards and install it yourself on all Beretta 92 models, but that's extra money. This already comes with it if you're going to pay the price for it out of the box. And then, of course, you have this threaded barrel. I like what they did with the threaded barrel, having the nice little O-ring with spares in the box. That's terrific. And also, going back to the grip, they offer you, going back to, they add, a little wraparound grip that gives you the original Beretta grip size. So, you get all these good options, and you get a nice case with it. That's not really a big thing to me, but getting 3 nickel-plated magazines, I guess you could, well, they're not really nickel, but they're nickel-coated, I believe, and they're anti-corrosion, good in the sand, and they're like some of the best magazines out there. But you get the 3 of those magazines with it, so again, you're getting a good amount of value, and you're getting unique features. And the military would have been wise to go with this pistol, so you're kind of getting what the military would get. So it's already coming with night sights, and when I add all these little things up, if you add in the sights, you're looking at $100, $150 for these night sights. You're looking at $55 for the decocker. That's what it costs pretty much anywhere you go. The D-spring also gives it a really nice double action pull. Yet I noticed on these military surplus magazines, they kind of swell a little bit. You can actually fit 16 rounds in the Beretta magazine rather than 15. Is that much of a changer? No. I mean, you're still missing out on some capacity. Even the 17 rounders stick out, so it's kind of like, whatever. It doesn't really suit my fancy that much. I think you could get away. I think I would rather stick with the Metgar 18 rounders, but I don't have any yet. However, if you get the trigger, not the trigger spring, but if you get the hammer spring, the D-spring, it's going to be $5, $10 or whatever. Also, the mags, if you wanted 3 of the 17-round mags and you got just the 15-shot mags, as in most Berettas, save for like the 92A1, you're looking at about $100 to get all 3 of them. And then the threaded barrel, you're looking at, more than $200 probably, maybe $150 depending on where you go. But getting the threaded barrel is more. So you're basically getting a package of everything that you need, and nothing you really don't. I mean, the threaded barrel is nice, but I would never use it. Not really. I have no practical purpose for it. I'm not an assassin, and I don't work for SOCOM, and I'm not, playing the silent and deadly game. And holstering a silent sidearm or suppressed sidearm is not really, part of my fancy. But this comes with the decocker, the nice slim grip, the D-spring, which actually does pretty well. I like it. Contrary to what I had said in the past about modified triggers and stuff like that, this is actually not a modified trigger. They just took the trigger, or the hammer spring, from the decocker or the double action only pistols that law enforcement liked, and they're just as durable as these hammer springs. So it's a factory part that was intended for, continuous use. It's not an aftermarket part where you don't know when it's going to fail. So I have great confidence in it. So that's kind of an uncommon thing. So that's why I have confidence it's actually made by Beretta rather than being an aftermarket part. And you also get night sights right out of the box. So, if you like Cerakoted firearms and you'd want to do it yourself, whatever, that would be extra cost as well. But you get all these good features with it, and I think with all the added improvements and everything, it's just an excellent package to have, especially if you have experience on the Beretta pistols and you like them already. This is just a feature-rich pistol. Of course, it's not really going to be a good carry-sized pistol, but, there's other pistols out there, and I chose this pistol over a Wilson Combat. I believe it was the 92G or M9 Centurion or whatever, M9A1 Centurion, the decocker only model. But it was a Centurion Tactical. But anyways, I chose this pistol over it, and the cost was not really that much different, but I just thought that this actually worked a lot better for me in the grip, and just overall, I just really enjoyed the way this gun shot for me and how I handled it. The sights are very precise, rather than the Wilson Combat, which has a huge front sight, which is better for close range engagements, which, you know, it really depends on, you know, how you use the firearm. But I think that this pistol has everything you need and nothing you don't, and it is a really good value for, you know, the price you're paying. So definitely check it out if you're interested. I don't think you would really be disappointed. Again, I would go with the black if I were you, unless you suit FDE as your fancy. So anyways, you guys have a good one. Don't forget to check out my blog at doitright.org and follow me on social media. Thanks a lot. Give this a like, and also subscribe to my channel if you like reviews like this.